Oh boy, right. So, let's get the shit show on the road again. Oh boy, right. So, Elite Dangerous. Oh, fun times. Right, so, well, this time it's a little bit of a news piece rather than a gameplay piece. But hey, let's just have some fun, shall we? At least as much as we can. Okay, then. Yeah, didn't expect to do some Elite Dangerous related stuff now, but I guess I have to. Okay, right, so where do we begin? I don't even know. Well, I guess we can start with... Oh, great. It's still not showing. Great. Well, guess I'll have to just do a monitor capture. Alright, so be it. This thing, right, so a little while back, lead developers announced the Enclave Interstellar Initiative. So it began on July 4th, and it was going for 4 weeks, as the previous one did as well. Now then, there's the video thingamajig, of course, that they announced it and blah 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 blah. We didn't really get you know, any sort of information about the end result of this thing, but alright, so the first phase, meta-alloy gathering, the second phase, let's see, three initiatives, find further information, basically, yeah, grading, well, okay, you know what, at this point it doesn't matter. Recounting this whole thing won't really matter much. Conclusion. This is the more important thing. Conclusion. So, then the Enclave, or Enclave, I don't know how, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so Enclave. The Enclave is drawing to a close, but we wanted to give you a heads up of what this means ahead of tomorrow's planned Galnet article. Okay. Starting tomorrow, August 8th, the following will occur. In light of outstanding efforts of all the commanders who contributed to the endeavor, the superpowers will begin to colonize more systems in the region over the next few weeks. What region? No idea. I assume that's Witchhead, because everything's about Witchhead, but I assume that's Witchhead. It's Witchhead, probably. Anyways, carrying on then. Okay, colonized, sure, why not? A newly appointed engineer, Chloe, whatever, blah, blah, an engineer. Okay, it will be located in Planetary Port. Planetary Port, right, everything's good. In Witchhead, blah, blah, blah. She will be offering upgrades for frame shift drives and thrusters. Just like engineers in Colonia, Chloe's abilities to engineer modules will increase the more commanders employ her services. Okay, just fine and dandy. Carrying on then. And then there's a tech broker and a material trader will be bringing their services to the planetary ports as well in Witchhead. And as well in Witchhead. The important thing here is this part. This concludes the Enclave, and with it comes a new broker recipe. Commanders across the galaxy will be able to create a unique Targoid Interceptor Bubblehead. Let that just sink in. A fucking bubble head is a reward for the second initiative. If you consider the engineer as a reward, no, not really. It's not. Material trader and what was it? The material trader and tech broker. Basically, they're they are necessities along with engineering. I would have at least assume. Well, maybe not in necessity, but still, they usually come along with engineers, right? So, yeah, a fucking bubblehead. The important here is, the important thing about this Enclave, about Elite Dangerous, was A new tech broker recipe. A fucking tech broker recipe. It wasn't enough. It literally wasn't enough that you folks, I didn't participate in this one, I had no time, sorry, but actually, no, not sorry, that I didn't particularly care anyways, but at least for those that participated and ground their fucking asses off, just to complete whichever phase it was they participated in, you know, they're, after all, multiple ones, and your reward is more grinding in order to get the true reward that was supposed to be there. I mean, the fuck is Frontier doing? What is this shit? What the fuck are they... why? What is this? I just don't get it. I fucking don't get it. What? Why? You have something against bobbleheads. I'm fine with a cosmetic reward and whatnot else. It's still cheap, especially considering that this model is already in-game and all they did was just scale it a little bit down. I'll take out probably multiple polygons and whatnot else, so, you know, basically you just don't, you know, don't get frame drops and whatnot else as soon as you load that fucking thing in. And that's it. Just rescaling and dropping polys on an existing model and tossing it in as a reward for grand fucking interstellar initiative. I mean, I thought that the fucking multi-cannons were horrible, but this... what are they doing? Why? First of all, this is lazy. And the thing is, you didn't need to grind for the fucking multi-cannons, and yet you're gonna have to grind for this fucking bobblehead if you want that. I mean, fuck me. It's... what? Why? Why? What? Just... what was the thinking process behind this shit? Let's see. Hashtag, right, so... well, I guess I can throw it on at the Targoid as they, I assume, shoot a hole in my ship. Yeah, I know, right? Right? That just what the hell? Yovoko's right. Another stream. Yeah. I didn't expect something as stupid to just drop in as this. It's just what the fuck, right? It's why? Why Elite Dangerous? Why? What? Just... shoot one, kill. Just curious, what reward do you feel appropriate? Right, so, in my case... Alright, so let's say, my case appropriate for a 4-week long sort of a community goal event, right? And it is about Targoids. Well, there could be a multitude of interesting rewards you can put in, but let's say you're a story kind of a person that enjoys story, right? Well, hey, you know, you maybe could give some story about the Targoids, and, you know, perhaps put in additionally, maybe as the last portion of, you know, this Enclave thingamajig, rather than a last phase or whatever that was for the last week, right? Maybe put in a story mission. I sure as fuck would be interested in a fucking story mission, right? Or multi-stage story mission, pure and simple. Even if it is just going around and scanning some beacons. Even that would be more interesting than, you know, just not doing anything and grinding. But okay, you get the story. And what is the reward? Well, credits would be a nice reward at the very end. Sure, it would probably feel anticlimactic to a lot of people, but the story would be very interesting if that would happen. Now, let's say you are a more of a pragmatic person and enjoy, you know, playing the game. I actually saw a good suggestion in them Twitters about essentially, you know, what would be a potential reward. Somebody suggested, well, let's say, what if we could engineer Guardian weapons, or introduce an engineer, you know, this engineer that would probably be able to, I don't know, if not engineer fully, then maybe give some little effect on top of existing, you know, Guardian weapons. Or maybe give the actually, AX weapons need some leg up. AX weapons are useless now. So why not buff them with, you know, maybe some effects that would be interesting to, you know, add to them. That would be an interesting reward, wouldn't it? I don't know. What about you guys? Any ideas? Because there could be many, instead of a fucking bobblehead that you need to grind too. Or rather, you will have to grind in August 8th. That is tomorrow. So, rather than giving more grind for your actual reward, how about, yeah, we get something, you know, I wouldn't be quite as insulted if it wasn't fucking extra grind, that's for sure. It's what the fuck? Let's see, Yvoko was right, so, if this was DE, they would reward people with much more generous things. Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, even when there's no big story or whatever event in Warframe, you know, developers from time to time just toss out the potatoes. You know, the Oracle engines. You know, the thingamajigs that increase the mod capacity or mod point capacity in either the frame or a weapon. They just toss them out from time to time, and that's a really good reward, right? But no, you know what would be a really good idea? No, let's just toss out a cosmetic that you need to grind for, and grind boring shit, not do a mission or anything like that. And the thing is, when a free-to-play game, a fucking free-to-play game that is synonymous with grinding, can do better fucking rewards than a paid game. I mean, fucking hell, we're just we're fucked, essentially. Hey, gosh, greetings to you. And yes, I said potato. Or potato. I don't know. Is he mad? Well, yes, I am mad. Well, I'm disappointed. I don't know what I should be. Am I supposed to be fucking angry? Or am I supposed to be fucking disappointed? I don't know anymore, because it feels like it's getting worse and worse. As I said previously, the last Interstellar Initiative, right? You know, this 4-week event, like, that fucking thing ended with a hard point, a weapon, yeah? Something that you can both engineer and use on your ship without the need to unlock. In fact, you know what? Let's use Elite Dangerous to smack Elite Dangerous again in the face by itself. How worse it can get, right? On one of the Christmas events, I think it was not last year, but year before, on 2017, yeah, on the Christmas 2017, there was the Christmas event that you know, Christmas community goal that developers organized, and anyone who participated in that event actually got, let me just show you what we got from participating in a community goal that just required you to just bring one piece of whatever, one or more pieces of or tons of cargo from one place to another. It was a basic long-distance rare commodity run. It was a very simple thing to do. Essentially just a rare commodity run. So what we got... Hold on. Just give me a second. What we got was... No... I'm not sure which one is the which, chrome or chromed. Regardless, we got basically the chromed or chrome version or skin for an eagle. That's what we got. That's what we got for basically doing bare minimum effort on one CG, a special event CG. And that was, well, that was after the CG concluded, and then everyone got this thing after a little while, after they, you know, calculated everyone who participated and whatnot else. I don't know. But it took a while before they put this thing in the game, or rather unlocked it for everyone. But regardless, the thing is, all you needed to do is just participate in a CG. There you go. You got this thing. Right? You didn't need to grind anything, you just deliver it once, done. What we got now is also a cosmetic, but this time instead of 1 week event, we have 4-week event, and on top of that, after that grind, you need to grind even some fucking more in order to get it. Take broker literally means a fucking grind. I highly doubt they would put it in as a a broker recipe that doesn't require any sort of grinding at all. I highly doubt they are capable of doing that. Why? It's just, if they 2 years ago, 2.5 fucking years ago, could easily give you a skin for doing 1 week of just, you know, really just one transport, cargo transport, that's it. 1 week of cargo transport, done. And a skin is your reward, plus the cash you make from the community goal. Now you need, now you get a fucking blueprint you can get. It's just... Fuck me. Yvoko is right, so yeah, what makes me mad is people responding positive things on the thread. I mean, look at the fucking replies. I won't. See, the thing is, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and if they like it, well, I'm gonna say their opinion is wrong, but I'm not gonna, you know, call out anyone. I go, or at least I have a, you know, tendency, at least to try and not to bring attention to anyone specific unless that, well, certain specific target of whatever, you know, a CEO or something like that of a company is the cause of something. Yeah, the point here is I am not going after individuals, even, you know, if it's just the opinion, so I try to stay away from that. So right now I'm questioning the motifs, I'm questioning the ideals and design behind, well, this fucking thing. It's just... Why? Just why? What is this shit? Bitstorm, right, so I don't mind doing stuff for stuff, but the only gameplay they know how to add is grind, so it will be a grind, or it will be grind. Yeah, you're right, exactly. I mean, when has Frontier shown that they are capable of doing, well, portion of a gameplay that is not just grinding? I literally can't recall a single instance in Elite Dangerous. Oh wait, because there is no non-grindy gameplay in Elite Dangerous. There is no non-grindy gameplay. That's it. To get everything, there is more or less a grind level to it. There is just no one singular mission type or solo. Oh wait, no, there is. Tutorial. Tutorial is the only thing that you basically complete, and it's just done for once, and then basically it's the same thing over and over again, but it has a goal, it completes the goal, and if you want to repeat it, you repeat it, but it's not just supposed to be repeated, really. So tutorial is the only part of the game that is not grindy. Fucking hell. Fuck me. Fuck me. It teaches you to grind. Yeah, I know. Kissing me is right. So I was about to say tutorials. Yeah, see? See? Great minds think alike, right? Meanwhile, noob can now anaconda in 1 day. Well, if you know how to speed grind, speed run, speed grind, whatever. Yeah, sure, yeah, you can do that. These days, at least. It used to be that you couldn't. Snark 3D, right? So, but yet we are still, we still can't get cockpit item like a hot mug on our ships. Well, that's, I don't know, that's a different story, I suppose. I don't know. Who knows, maybe one of these days you might get it, but no, I don't know. Anyways, Balu, right, so why? The answer is in one of your PlanetSide 2 videos. Because of the wind resistance. I think you made that video. If not, then just slap me. Trying to remember my PlanetSide 2 videos. Not sure what it referred to exactly, so maybe not. Sorry. Anyways, Ivan, right, so, well, the only thing that I want from Frontier is landing on atmospheric planets. Yeah, the game is grindy, but I can deal with it. Has to, right, so I say my humanity for genocide, and all I got was this lousy bubblehead. I saved humanity from a genocide, and all I got was this lousy bubblehead. I honestly, I expected just some sort of cosmetic, really. There was no, I mean, it would have been interesting to see what type of a Targoid module, perhaps, or Targoid related thing we could get in game. You know, when Enclave started, or Enclave, I like to say Enclave, whatever. When that fucking thing started, my expectations for its reward was either A, some sort of Targoid module, or lore. Story would be the easiest to do, but then again more risky thing to do because they have to reserve a certain amount of story for the 2020 update, obviously, so they can't really do too much story with Targoids. So the story that we would get would be probably kind of boring. Okay, so what about the module that we would potentially get from Targoids that I, you know, at that point thought? I had multiple ideas and I tried not to get hyped about it, and I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens, and happens, fine. And then comes cosmetic. Okay, cosmetic is an interesting reward. Can be good, can be bad, depending on how it's done. But when you have to actually unlock a cosmetic after fucking grinding already for 4 weeks, forgive me if I sound very both disappointed and angry. Does that sound like a good reward? Right? Do we really need to wait for 2020 grind update? Yep, pretty much. Your vocals, right, so, Yamiks, it would be nice if Targoid module could regenerate other modules. Yeah, right? Right. That would actually, let me just show you one quick thing, right? So, back in the day, developers did put in game. Yeah, there we go. Metal alloy hull reinforcements, right? Back in the day when that was put in Tech Broker, this is what we thought that would, you know, be regenerative hull. This is what we thought that would be regenerative hull. You know, just like metal alloys tend to repair things, right? And no. The only thing that this thing does is basically is being shit. It's shit. Look at the amount of 3D module, right? So it's 234 points. Let's go to normal hull. 3D is, that's the Guardian one. That's the Guardian one. There we go. Normal hull reinforcement. 260 already. Notably higher. And that's not even engineered. Right? And the only difference between, you know, the hull reinforcement and the meta-alloy hull reinforcement is that, first of all, normal hull reinforcement loses all of its resistances. And its only shtick for meta-alloy hull reinforcement is caustic resistance. You get caustic resistance. Do you like your caustic resistance? No. You know what would make this thing actually useful and usable? That it would regenerate. Or that it would actually be, you know, up to a grade 3 resistances or something like that. No. It's literally hull reinforcement amount. No, nerfed. That is, all the resistance is nerfed. And the only thing you get is kinetic caustic resistance. Do you enjoy that? Even to this day, I still don't even fathom what is the point of this module. The meta-alloy hull reinforcement should have like 25% corrosion resistance, but it has 3%. Okay, so remember that this thing can stack, right? So it is gonna stack, and on, let's say, a ship like this, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. So that's on a small ship, right? For, let's say, let's see, which ship actually had the most internal... let's say it's about 12, 13 internal slots, right? Divide that by 100%, or no. Divide that by a 13%. 75% was the maximum, right? Let me just pull up a calculator, right? So let's 75%, so that's 0.75 divided by, let's say 13, you know, internal slots. Every single one should be at least 5% in order for, or 6%, in order for you to get 75% on total, right? 75%, those that don't know, in Elite Dangerous is the maximum resistance to any damage type you can get. I think that was a hard-coded thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't even remember exactly this thing. Or was that the effective range? Shit. I think it was hard-coded. Again, just 75% would still be good enough, right? Fuck it. 75% still would be good enough, but no. No, we have 3% instead. And what you get is way lower, just overall fucking resistances in general, or just basically no resistances extra. You get lower hull, without engineering, even. Just why? I mean, okay, let's compare then to a hull reinforcement, right? So we got Guardian hull reinforcement, right? So we got Guardian shield. There we go. Guardian hull reinforcement, right? This Guardian hull reinforcement, Guardian hull reinforcement has hull reinforcement, which you can see, which is higher than the normal one, right? It has notably higher amount of hull. It doesn't have kinetic resistance. It doesn't. It has a little bit of thermal resistance. It does have even caustic resistance, right? And all you're paying for both the 5% resistance and better hull reinforcement is a little bit of power draw, right? That's how you do an upgrade version. So obviously, normal hull reinforcement is going to be way worse than this one. But then again, you can engineer this one higher than the normal, you know, unengineerable Guardian hull. But what is the point of, let's say, where was it? The metal alloy, right? What is the point of this thing? Right? And that's the thing. You could have upgraded... Fuck it. You could have just upgraded this thing and I would have been happy. Imagine Elite Dangerous suddenly has regenerative hull. Fucking, I would love it. You know, that would be actually a pretty good bonus for this thing, you know? Why not? Anyone? Am I alone? Am I really alone on this one? Because I would fucking love, you know, regenerative hull. It would be definitely a good sort of argument for hull, purely hull tanks, right? That'd be really good. But no, screw it. No, just no. Now we're gonna go for a fucking grind on a cosmetic. Yeah, let's just go for a grind on a cosmetic. That sounds like a good idea. I love it. I fucking love it. Evocals, right? Even if metal alloys could reach 75%, it would still be useless first because caustic can be avoided very easily, and they have less hull than a normal engineer. Right. Thing is, Guardian Scout, Targoid Scouts and Targoid Interceptors don't have the caustic only on that missile. That is a, you know, effect. But the damage type they shoot, you know, the bullets they shoot or the damage they shoot with their pew-pews also are caustic. That's why resistance builds don't work against Targoids, because they have another, you know, damage type that simply, you know, you don't have any resistance to. That's why your high resistance builds don't work on Targoids, pure and simple. So yeah, caustic torpedo. Well, technically we have caustic missile, so that's kind of that. It's a piece of shit, but you know, hey, you know what? You know what would be a great thing? If, for example, Enclave, right, and whatever the previous or the next interstellar initiatives would be, they would be masquerading balance passes. You know what would be great? Yeah. Personally, what I would like to see, honestly, is basically, you know, something like the previously mentioned, you know, metal alloy reinforcements, right? To be, you know, balanced or changed thanks to this Enclave thing, right? Give them buffs or give them nerfs through multiple, you know, or basically through these, well, interstellar initiatives, right? Week one, you investigate the thingamajig, and at the end you get, instead of this fucking thing, toss that out of the window, fuck it. What we get is balance pass with a story on top. That's what I would like to also see. But no. Nah, we're not gonna go back on existing features in the game. We're not gonna fix them. We're not gonna improve them. What's the point of this thing? Anyone? No. I don't know. Anyone actually ever use this thing? Because I sure as fuck can't even think of a single use for this thing. Ever. So, yeah, it's... It would have, you know, now that I think of it, really, they missed such a good PR at this point. To give, you know, metal alloy hull reinforcements a little bit of regeneration, right? That would be fucking good balance pass on top. And maybe a bit of hull boost. Right? A little bit of hull boost would have been nice. So that, you know, it actually can compete with normal... so you can compete with normal hull reinforcements, right? And have that regen effect. It'd be great. And that would be the whole balance pass. Right? Done. You're done. Or better yet, that's, right, this thing, and improve the do I have access to it? I need a bit different ship, but anyways, and give a balance pass to caustic missile. How fucking cool would that be? No, let's just give people this. And make them, make them fucking grind this shit. Yeah. What? Oh, whoops, I think I pressed something. Whoops. Anyways, whatever. I don't know what to say, really. It's such simple and really good opportunities. And that took me less than a half hour to think up. That took me less time to think up than probably modeling this whole fucking shit. Did no one have an idea to what to put here? Did no one actually ever care? The biggest problem is that it just smells of just I don't care. Community is just gonna eat it up. Fuck it. I don't know. Any ideas? No. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. That's all I can say. It's just fucking sad. It really gets depressing, to be honest, to think that developers, even those that are currently working on the current updates, just don't care. Does this look like they care? This looks, honestly, you know, I wouldn't put, you know, if they just simply gave out this bobblehead to everyone who participated, I would be just like, okay, fine. They're giving it out and it's a piece of shit reward and I would think up something better. But the fact that they are putting extra fucking grind on it. Extra grind on it. Just on top of it. Just let's put on cram on the fucking extra grind for your reward. In order for you to get a reward. No. Actually, your reward is grinding. And then maybe you're gonna get you know, that extra bobblehead. Maybe, yeah. If you have enough, sure. Your reward is grinding. It feels like malice. This literally feels like fucking malice, my friends. It feels like they are just trying to milk as much fucking engaged time on this goddamn fucking product so that you stay engaged until they have some news. Or rather, no, not engaged. So that you actually just play it like a fucking zombie until the news come out about 2020 and then get hyped about that. Probably pay pre-order monies for it as well. And okay, so, you know, at this point, I've said this already many times with many games, but just, if Frontier comes, and of course, let's be honest, Frontier will come out with a fucking pre-order on the 2020 update. Don't fucking buy it. Send them a message, don't fucking buy it. If need be, well, if you want to play it at the launch, I will fucking not buy it, that's for sure. I'll see if I can get a fucking review copy of that. If I can't, then I'm definitely gonna wait for some sort of goddamn sale somewhere. Because I sure ain't gonna fucking engage in this shit. I don't know, it's just... It's depressing. This is the depressing part. Enclave, and with it comes a new broker recipe. Basically replace that. With that comes more grind for your actual reward. Congratulations, folks. It's... I don't know. What are they doing? What are they thinking? Who makes these choices? So, Callium, column, sorry. What happened? All right. You know what? I have a couple of minutes to spare. Might as well recount what happened. Okay? So let's start with Enclave. So on July 4th, the second Interstellar Initiative started. What is Interstellar Initiative? It is basically a multi-stage community goal. So basically, for multiple weeks, for multiple weeks, there are different community goals, and they all count towards one bigger goal, or one sort of a bigger conclusion, right? The first one happened, and at the end we got a multi-cannon. You can take a look at my review or a video. Well, I suppose it was kind of a view and a complaint about, or a critique rather, about the multi-cannon. You can take a look at that on my channel, feel free to do so. It'll tell you enough. Regardless, so at the end, it wasn't a great reward, right? It wasn't a great reward. In fact, it was a pretty shitty reward for 4 weeks of grinding. Now, what happens with an Enclave now? You know, the first week, meta-alloys, you know, you gather meta-alloys and do something. Week 2, week 3, week 4, and blah, blah, blah. And then comes the conclusion, right? The end of Enclave. So let's read on. So the Enclave is drawing to a close, but we wanted to give you a heads up of what this means ahead of tomorrow's planned Galnet article. Hold on, let me just, there we go, you can see it. Starting from tomorrow, August 8th, the following will occur. In light of outstanding efforts, so there was a lot of work put into this as well, apparently. Okay, so they admit that there was a lot of work from community put into this. Oh, okay. Efforts from all the commanders who contributed to this endeavor. The superpowers will begin to colonize the systems in the region of the next few weeks. So that's the Witch Head nebula's, surroundings. They'll try and colonize it and just put in, starports and whatnot else. Okay. Then the next thing is a newly appointed engineer that will do frame shift and thruster upgrades, and eventually will probably get upgrades the more people use it, just like in Colonia. Okay, fine, whatever, doesn't matter. We have Palin in the bubble anyways. Okay, and then we have extra two, we have technology broker and a material trader as well, separate Witch Head locations. Fine. That doesn't bother me much anyways, screw them. And then finally, the reward that you actually get as a, as something to keep. You as a commander, the reward that you directly get is, this concludes the Enclave, and with it comes a new broker recipe. Commanders across the galaxy will be able to capture a unique Targoid interceptor bobblehead. So basically, your reward throughout this big multi-stage community goal. Yes, it's a community goal, because it's twice community goal. Well, carrying on then. That reward, after a month of work, you get a cosmetic. You get a cosmetic. Oh wait, no, you don't get a cosmetic. You get to unlock a cosmetic. That feels like a spit in your face, doesn't it? You get to choose, well, rather, you get the option to unlock a cosmetic. I mean, fucking hell. Doesn't that sound patronizing? Doesn't that feel patronizing? Fuck me. And let's remember that 2 years ago, or year and a half ago, on Christmas, for a Christmas community goal, just 1 week's community goal, or was it 2-week community goal? Whatever, doesn't matter. You could basically, there was a community goal in Christmas time on 2017, if I remember the year correctly. If you went to Sun 2, with a unique commodity called, I think, gifts or something like that. If you delivered some kind of gift commodity piece, doesn't matter if it's 1 ton or more, just any amount will do. Deliver it to Sun 2, and that's it. And after that community goal ended, every single person got a skin. A skin right off the bat. You didn't get to unlock a skin. You didn't get to grind for a skin. You had to just deliver one thing, and that's it. And you get this. I found it as a reward, but still, a skin's a skin, right? Why not? If you just need to go there, you know, for a, you know, maybe a half an hour or an hour to deliver it, right? But now, for a whole month's work, multi-stage, multi-type grind, where you needed to do, you know, multiple different things, you get that chance to unlock a skin. Or a thingamabobber you can put on the fucking dashboard. Do I need to say anything else? That's your recap. What do you think? Anyone? I'm just gonna read the chats a little bit. I'll let that sink in. Fiasco of epic proportion goals. Maybe. Okay, Haster. Like we've been clearing incursions in less than 24 hours for a month, but they didn't notice it until Enclave. From the developments, we swear we actually play our game. No, they do play it. They play it enough just to test whether or not it works. How well it works? Well, that's a whole different story, my friends. There are worse things. You could be looking at racks. Oh, god damn it. Yeah. So, Matt, how about Elite Dangerous now, huh? Is it so much better than you know, Rebel Galaxy Outlaws? You know, just driving that point home there, buddy. Just saying. I'd much rather play that right now than this piece of shit. So I fucking don't know what to say. I really don't. It's fuck me. I don't know. Get the link of the stream and share it to folks. Yeah, just get the link of the stream and share it to folks if you want. I have nothing else to say. It's, or rather, I'm speechless at this point. It's even a year and a half ago, they were willing to give out a free skin for a week's or just even a half day's work. You know, considering that half day for you is, you know, in gaming terms, at maybe 2-hour work or what it doesn't play. Fuck it, just a couple of minute work in game. If they were willing to give you for a good event, right, a skin, and now they are asking you to grind for it on top, it does feel insulting. I don't know about you. And the thing that I mentioned previously was, you could have tied in this whole Enclave event, right, as a reward for everyone, a big list of changes for multitude of items in game. And that would mix balancing the game, which is actually a thing that you easily can do and usually is done during a maintenance phase in a game, and a story part. You can combine those two things, and I love balancing. Fuck, I would love to see balance in Elite Dangerous more. A balance pass here, a balance pass there. You could have fucking buffed the caustic missile, which is the Targoid product, right? You could have easily buffed the, caustic missile, right? That would be awesome, don't you think? And you could have buffed the meta alloy hull reinforcement. Yes, those that don't know, hold on, I'm going to show you. Meta alloy hull reinforcement is a thing. You can unlock it through tech brokers. I mean, personal narrative. I can't even do the voice anymore. I'm so fucking annoyed. Right? Where is it? You could have buffed those two things. You know, you could have buffed this thing as a true regenerative health. Easily. No. Fuck it. You don't even need to put regenerative on it. Fuck it. Just improve it a little bit. So it is actually competitive with Guardian hull reinforcement and normal hull reinforcement. It doesn't take, even 10 fucking minutes to understand that meta alloy hull reinforcement is just underpowered as fuck. And it doesn't have a place in the game. So it needs a buff, and it'd be fucking good. You know what I would do? I would make a fucking video tomorrow saying, holy fuck, Enclave actually tried to balance the game. And they did a good job. Imagine me saying that. Just why? Fuck me. Well, anyways, so this mini stream is, yeah, as usually, I go with less than an hour or so for mini streams and so on and so forth. So, well, all I can say is just spread the word about the laziness and just the ineptitude or whatever you want to call this, and then just, yeah. I'm done for the day. I really cannot deal. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go play some games that actually reward me and are interesting. I don't know, maybe Team Fortress 2 or Warframe or Rebel Galaxy. Like, I want to make a review on it as well. So, yeah, I might actually go and do that. So yeah, good evening, folks, and maybe meet upon better circumstances next time, which is Friday. I'll be doing some stuff. I'm gonna be doing some stuff with Vulture again and so on and so forth. Probably gonna go open again. So I guess we're gonna have fun with that. Is Rebel Galaxy fun? Yeah, quite a bit, depending on what you perceive as fun. But at least for me, it is. Anyways, that's it. You guys take care and be awesome.